summit, we have 2 more speakers. So how are you enjoying the summit? Wow, isn't it amazing? Creating a game to have people play with the law. Such a breakthrough for the industry, and definitely a new benchmark that is quite high, but nothing is impossible. This is why this summit is called the Impossible Summit. We're going to have another guest that is coming up also. She's based in France, and she's going to share her amazing story, how she got to become she was a law student, and then she realized that maybe there was something else for her, and then she eventually discovered legal design, and now she's really on the mission to spread the knowledge about legal design with her new project called What About Legal Design, where she communicates with beautiful imagery and in a collaborative way. And so she's going to share with you all her entrepreneurial journey and insights. Let's bring Cassandre to the stage. There you are. There you are. There you are. Hi, Cassandra.
Hello.
Great to have you today. Thank you for being a part of this.
It's a pleasure, really.
Well, you're based in Paris as well, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
We have a whole French connection here. So definitely legal design is big in France, which is great to know. We had no doubts. Tell us a little bit, Cassandre, Tinebra, how did you got to start and what you're doing today? So a little bit about your journey so we can get to know you a little more.
Yes, well, as you said, I was a law student and I started to look at what was happening in the other fields. And one day I did a hackathon. You have 48 hours to deliver a project with your team. And that's how I discovered design thinking. And I thought that it was truly amazing. So I started to take courses about design thinking, innovation in general, and I discovered completely different mindsets with innovation, creativity, teamwork. So I was doing that in parallel of my law school. So when I came back to law school, like for example, one day I was in class and I was just taking notes of what the teacher was saying, and I didn't hear the sentence well. So I just looked at my neighbor's computer just to write the end of the sentence that I didn't hear well. And my neighbors just lowered the brightness of his screen, so I couldn't look at look at his text. And I thought that's a totally different mindset, and I have to find a way to keep that amazing mindset that I discovered, and also design thinking methods that I wanted to use in my future practice. So I started to look at the internet, and I found that you can actually combine law and design thinking, and that's what is called legal design. So I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do, of course.
Today, Cassandre, what exactly do you do with What About Legal Design? What is this new project, and what do you hope to achieve with What About Legal Design?
Well, What About Legal Design is a way for me to communicate on social media, especially on LinkedIn, to give people, especially legal experts, resources and tips about legal design so they can apply legal design into their activities. And I want to show them all the opportunities that are offered by legal design. And I'm doing that by collaborating with other legal designers and different experts, so I can share their resources as well.
And going back to when you decided to take the plunge, what made you decide to do what you do today? Was there a specific event? Was it a big aha, or was it frustration, or was it a desire to do things differently? Can you share a little bit about that tipping point?
Yes, well, actually, I was absolutely convinced that if I would specialize in legal design, I will be so happy to work every day. But I wanted to be sure that legal design was something that was actually necessary in the market. So when I worked at Michelin, you know, the tire, I was working with the legal team for the purchasing department on IP/IT contracts, and I kept in mind legal design. And when I saw that legal departments in general were trying to make law more accessible to non-legal experts, and that there were so many regulations coming up, like, for example, in Europe, there is the GDPR about data privacy, and it's not only a legal expert matter, like a large amount of the employees in general have to understand what data protection is, and law has to be understandable, otherwise it can't work. And that's exactly what legal design is for. So I thought that it was something really great to do and something that is necessary.
And something that you are passionate about as well,
Yes.
which is so great. So I think we are seeing a pattern today. Everybody is talking about how much, legal design makes them excited, and also how it can really be useful to the world and legal professionals. Tell us a little bit about, the material. I don't know if you have a little video. Maybe we could show the video now and talk a little bit. It's a short video, so people can see a little bit the visuals you make,
Yes.
and we can talk a little bit about it.
Totally.
That could be. Let's see. Let's see if we can do that, because I think we had prepared something else. But let me ask you. Are you making the visuals yourself? Did you learn the design, graphic design? Are you collaborating with designer with this initiative that you have, which is all about communication on social media? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, well, I didn't learn graphic design, but I learned how to use Canva, who is actually my best friend. And I also had the chance, like, for example, for my first post, I had the chance to collaborate with an artist. I was able to put his illustrations in my posts. And it's very new. I'm collaborating with a video editor as well. That's why I have this amazing video today that he made.
So it's all about, we'll see the video, I think, after the talk, so because it's also a good lineup. But yeah, so it's all about collaboration, video makers, artists, graphic designers. Your project is really new. Social media is important, we know, but usually it's not necessarily done in such a way with collaboration with experts that already do it. Do you believe thinking out of the box is a good thing in the legal field? Is it risky or is it rewarding? What is your take on that?
Yeah, well, I think it's both. It can be risky, but it's rewarding. Like, to give you an example, when I wanted to do a work experience in a legal design agency, there were no offer at all. So I knew I had to make it happen. So I wanted my resume to be an experience that reflects what legal design is. And for me, legal design is exactly, like you said, a collaboration between people, a gathering of different skills. So my resume was actually a puzzle. It was a puzzle, and when I
show us more. It looks amazing.
Thank you very much. But when I was walking towards the legal design agency, I thought, I'm a legal expert and I'm gonna give people puzzle like, really, what's the matter with me? But at the end, I had 7 offers and I just couldn't believe it. So I think that, yes, thinking out of the box can be very rewarding.
And what is one tip of advice you would give to someone who would like to make some progress in this era? You know, like you, someone who may be trained to be a lawyer, but decide that they find a passion for legal design, have some experience, but not yet a ton of experience. How do you find the confidence, motivation, and what are the things you do to actually keep staying in motion and taking action and moving forward? What would be some of the advice you would give to the audience?
Well, we are very lucky in the legal design field. I think people are always very passionate about their work and they want to share their passion. And actually, there are lots of things that are already available on the internet. You have feedbacks of different projects that have been made, and it's actually so interesting to read all of this and to get in touch with experts as well that are, I think, very open to have a chat and share resources as well. And by listening to all these amazing stories of people that were doing a traditional career in law, but they knew that something was missing and they were convinced by legal design. So they just went for it and it worked. So I wasn't sure that it was going to work for me as well, but I knew that it was possible. So I tried.
And so you tried, and it's like uplifting you and also uplifting for the community to be engaged in this project with you. Were there any time where you felt you would not be able to make it? Tell us a little bit also about the more challenging aspect of taking this entrepreneurial journey. I don't know when you felt maybe it's not going to work for you. Did you ever feel like maybe it's going to work for others, but not for me? Tell us if you ever felt like this, and if you did, what did you decide to do?
Well, it can be quite hard to be the only one of your colleagues that is choosing not traditional career. And when I was talking to my friends that were becoming attorneys and that were evolving in their company, it was sometimes really hard because I was wondering if I were making a mistake. But I talked a lot to them about legal design. Actually, lots of legal experts don't know legal design yet. And they told me, well, I think this is great. Just when you have your company, just give me a call and maybe we'll work together. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it's not a bad idea after all.
Yeah, this is great. And I want to look back to the making the puzzle. It's such a bold thing to do, making a puzzle instead of a regular CV. And you have all those friends and colleagues applying for regular jobs, right? And starting to, build, I don't know, life, a career, family. And then you are here with your crazy ideas and you're thinking, oh my God, how am I going to make this happen? And so along this journey, you probably learned a lot of new skills. You probably got to, develop such great insights. What are some of the skills you needed to develop, Cassandra, to become who you are today, to do what you do? And that would also help the audience if they want to follow a similar path or like you.
Well, first of all, creativity, because when you are a legal expert, it can be hard being creative because we are not trained for that at all. But I think that once you've unlocked your creativity mode, it's a lot easier. And there is teamwork as well. And learn to know how to collaborate with people from your field, but also outside your field, designers, developers. And like Jean-Philippe said earlier, empathy is central in legal design. I think once you have empathy, your project is gonna work. If you learn to understand the needs of the users who are gonna use the solution you're creating, it's great.
Yeah, of course, empathy is key for legal design, but maybe even life in general. What is your next step, Cassandre? And also the best way for the audience to reach out to you if they would like to know more about your project?
Well, actually, tomorrow I will post the first episode of a series about design thinking that I'm doing in collaboration with different design thinking experts. And then after summer, What About Legal Design is becoming a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, finger crossed that it's gonna work. And the best way to contact me is on LinkedIn. Feel free to send me a message to have a chat about legal design, or if you want us to work together, feel free to send me a message.
So if you are interested to showcase your work or share some insights, people can reach out to you. Is that what you say, Cassandre?
Yes, really.
This is amazing. This is wonderful. Thank you for making this beautiful collaborative initiative that is so needed to keep ourselves inspired, to see what others are doing. It's all about collaboration and sharing that we can grow. Yvonne, are you going to reach out to Cassandre? I think
that's great. Perfect.
So let's take a look at this project. What about legal design? Project on social media already started, but tomorrow there is some new material that is going to be released, and a YouTube channel that is coming up. Wonderful. I look forward to seeing it. I love video as a medium. I think video is so amazing and so powerful, and so I can't wait to see it. Now, before we go, we're going to take a look at your work, and then we're going to conclude this amazing day one with our last speaker for the day. But before, I would like to ask Cassandre, anything else you would like to add?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It was a very great pleasure for me to be here with you and with everybody. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cassandre, for taking the time to come to share. And this is a great story. So thank you once again for being there today.